Good morning. Good morning. Just having some technical difficulties here this morning, but it'll be okay. I'm always having a technical difficulty. Alexa, stop music. All righty. So, good morning, and welcome to Coffee and Convos with Carol. Let me see if I can get this going over here today. Today we got some stuff going on over here. She don't want to be right. And it's okay. Some folks ain't gonna be right. Ain't that right? And we know this. Might have to be ambidextrous this morning. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. And welcome to Coffee and Convos with Carol. Good morning. Look, I have been doing some thinking. Now just go along with me, okay? Here's the thing. I am so have you ever thought about stuff in your head and you'd be like, now why is that going on? Why is the person acting like that? Or why is the person doing this or doing that? And it wasn't an epiphany that came to me. It was more so like, you know what? I posted it the other day. Sometimes people are not as strong as others. And what I mean by that is that sometimes your strength is able and capable of handling and carrying certain situations that others are not able to do. That's what I mean. What I mean is that sometimes your walk or your journey, you're able to carry a load that others are not able to carry. And that's why you haven't encountered, or that's why you haven't dealt, or that's why it hasn't how can I say, certain things happen to certain people, right? Right? Certain people go through things, and when they go through them, you say to yourself, why me? Have you ever said that to yourself? Why me? Why me? Why did it have to happen to me? And here's the thing about that. Give me just a hot second. Here's the thing about that. Close that up. Here's the thing about the why me. The why me comes in because a lot of times we feel like either we didn't deserve it, or we feel like we were doing what we could have, the best we could, or saying or doing or acting in a way that we deserved better. But that's not why things happen. Things are predestined for us, okay? So things are going to happen to us whether we like it or not. All right, things are going to happen. The problem is we have to learn how to balance and get through it. We have to learn how to balance and get through it. And once you say to yourself, "Hey, I know I didn't did all I could do." That's all you can do. I read something the other day that says, "You know what? You did all you could do. That your assignment is over." Sometimes we're assigned to things and there's nothing else we can do about it. There's nothing else. I for one of those people. Like if a person says to me, they can say whatever they want to. Really. They can say whatever they want. But for me, a lot of times I try to figure out why do they feel that way. And I've grown to a point now where I don't care why they feel that way. Especially when I've known that I've done nothing to hinder or I've done nothing to cause their frustration or situation. Or even if I feel like I did and I apologize for it and the person didn't receive it, well, guess what? That's on that person. That's on that person. Some people feel like I ain't got to never deal with you ever again. And guess what? You are so right. Some folks don't ever have to deal with me ever again They never have to. You ain't gotta never say nothing. Call, text, write, none of that stuff. But here's the thing with that. Here's the thing with that. In today's world, you're gonna always run across something or someone that reminds you of someone or something. And how you deal with it is gonna be the response of knowing if you're really over something. If you're really over it. But you know what I said to someone yesterday? I said this. I said, at this point in my life, whatever you hear about Carol, honey, I did it. I look here. I'm so, you know, the age saying there's two sides to every story. Baby, you ain't got to worry about the other side of the story. Whatever the person is telling you, I did it. If they said I said it, I said it. You know what? I will be the villain. You can blame me. You can do the whole nine. You know why? Because I've learned that I am strong within myself. I know how to deal with certain things that other people can't. I understand that they're weak in those areas, and it's okay. And it's okay to be weak in some areas because I'm pretty sure I'm weak in some areas. But one area I'm not weak in is when someone is out with their version. You know how people say it's two sides to every story, their version of the story. It doesn't matter. Good morning. Good morning. Um, it don't matter to me. I will be the villain in your story. And you don't even have to be the clown in mine. It's just, it is what it is. Because here's the thing. I'm not going to keep explaining stuff to people. I'm not going to keep explaining. I'm not going to break it down. I'm not going to, it doesn't matter. I think at some point it's not about who was right, who was wrong. I think it's more about just, hey, you have to learn how to love where you can love. You have to learn how to balance and communicate where you communicate. And if you don't like something, change it. And if you don't like something, change it if you can. If you can't change it, then it is what it is. It is what it is. But I've decided in my life, I will no longer miss out on loving on my family. I'm going to love on my family. I'm going to meet people where they are, you know, and that's it. And I'm going to go on ahead with my life, you know, whatever that may be. I'm going to go ahead and move forward because what I can't do is I can't crawl in the hole. I've always told this to everybody I know, everybody, all my children, everybody. And to the person yesterday that asked me about that, yes, I have 5 children. No matter what you hear in the streets, Carol, I want to let you know that I have 5. Now, people may say that I don't, but I do. Everybody perceives and perceives things differently, right? And it's okay, you know. I was raised by parents who we didn't believe in certain things and we didn't believe in certain titles and certain words. And so, with that being said, that's just who I am. And so, I just want to put that out there that I do. All right. And for public hearing, I have 3 boys and 2 girls. I like I said before on a couple of my shows before, I am part of a blended family. And when you meet someone who has children, then those children become a part of your family. And so you're a blended family. Now they may not call me mom, or she may not call me mom or Carol, whatever word she had, probably a whole lot of pronouns, but who cares? She is my daughter, period, point blank. I'll put it that way. And there are 2 sides to every story, and whatever story you hear about me, I did it. Okay. One thing about me, I'm woman enough to apologize for things, and I'm woman enough to say when I was wrong. I'm woman enough to stand up and say, I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. But the real question is, are you? Are you woman enough? Are you woman enough? Are you man enough to say when you're sorry? Are you woman or man enough to say that you've made mistakes? Are you woman or man enough to come and confront or to speak up or to speak? It's easy to hide behind text messages and social media memes and uh, what I call social media bite clips, and it's easy to do that. You do that all day long. You really can, and it's okay. And it's okay because some people do. But to be a grown up means to actually take accountability and responsibility, and to confront and to engage and communicate. And I know that I am woman enough to do that. I know that things that fall on my shoulders, God allows because I am strong enough to handle them. And I've even learned how to handle them in a more loving and Christian and God fearing way. I probably didn't handle them like that all the time, but I've learned. I've learned that some things are not good for me, and it's okay. And I learned that other things are, and that's okay. I've learned that you're going to be who you're going to be. You're not perfect, and you're going to make mistakes, and that's fine. The problem is, and here's the thing to know about mistakes: everybody makes them. Mothers, fathers, everybody. The thing about mistakes is this: when you're ready to change and you're ready to move on from that, that's the difference. That's the difference there. When you're able to change, if you were a person who, let's just say, always cussing folks out, but you decide that, I don't want to do that no more. I don't want to cuss people out no more. I want to change. And so when you start engaging and no longer doing that, that is the difference. That's the difference. And here's the thing. You got to have somebody in your life who's able to check you at the door. You got to have somebody in your life that's able to check you at the door. They're able to check you at the door and say, "Hey, we're not doing this today," or "Hey, that ain't even right." You got to have somebody in your life to check you. If you don't have anybody in your life to check you at the door besides you, it's interesting enough. When I was a wee child, I gave my siblings and their moms, and by the time I was 14, I gave my stepmama really hard time. I had to then recognize when I became a mom. Yeah, it's different, Pooh, um when you're younger. Here's the thing though. I'm really big on letting people know where they are. And the thing is that you don't know. And then when you do become a mom, you understand to some degree. I think that we as adults, the mothers or the fathers, we as adults sometimes we make mistakes, because we're going off what we know and what we don't know. An apology was necessary for sure. Our relationships is amazing. Now I felt as if she did not want to engage with my dad's children. So being his first daughter and second child, I took that to heart. Yeah. And some people don't. I've known people. Good morning, sis. I've known people who does not engage with. They feel as if the man has other children. And this is just how some people feel. Now, be it to me, I don't know why, but I've known people that if you are the baby's just say the ex-wife or the baby's mama, and you've got a child with this person, and then I go and I remarry, well, and I have a baby with the same dad. Some people feel like, well, that's not your sibling, but that's not true. Good morning, sis. And then some people feel like because they're not the mama, that's not your sibling, or they feel like, well, it's just blended. If that's not your mama, and that's not their daddy, then that's not how that goes. But here's the thing too about moving on into relationships. Like I was saying, this came up yesterday after the show, and so that's why I'm speaking on it today. I don't want to be with someone who does not accept my children. Period, point blank. You're not going to be with somebody that's not going to accept your children, are you? That wouldn't make any sense. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Here's the thing about that. Not accepting someone's children. I think it's different when they're younger versus when they're older. But even with that, respect has to be given. And so with that being said, you can respect people in all kind of areas. And their relationships can be built, but you have some parents, some mamas, some daddies who just feel like they don't want, I'll put it this way. There's a way to love both parents. There's a way to love both parents without having to have one of those, what word am I looking for? You know, hey sis, there's a way to love both parents without having to try to negate what one can and one can't do. Okay. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it. But the child, if they're younger, it's not their decision to do. But as they get older, they have to learn the balance. And unfortunately, if you are too wrapped up in not understanding that, then I just pray for you then, I guess. Because at the end of the day, when you become an adult, your choices are your choices. You cannot keep blaming somebody else for the choices that you're making. It's not that you have not been through something or decided to go through something. Hey, but you can't keep blaming people for your choices or a situation for your choice. Or I do that because it is. Or I do that because of that. If you're waking up every day like that, then there's more healing that needs to be done. If you waking up every day and you're triggered, as the words for the young people, I'm gonna start using their words, triggered. I don't use that word. That word triggered to me mean mad. Because my thing is, you got to really be going through some stuff in order to be triggered. So if you wake up every day triggered, every day something is triggering you, then I think there's some more healing to be done. And if you don't know how to do that, then I suggest you seek the Lord, God. That's why my t-shirts say Jesus, coffee, therapy, repeat, honey, because I have to wake up with them and be with them all day long. And so I'm addressing that because that's what was asked of me or what was told to me. And so I don't throw people names out. I'm just going to put it that way. I was told that, no, I don't have two daughters. I got one. And so in some people's world, it may be that, but I have two. And I'm going to go with that because God told me to say it just like that. And so that's how I'm going to say it. I have two. And that's just what that is. Now, I have my Aunt Maddie. She's one who has, hey, Aunt Maddie, I was just talking about you. She's my aunt, and all my aunts really, but she's one that I know for sure. Like we say all the time, if we are in it and we helping you and we raising you, then you my child. Now, you may go on and say, I'm not, I don't know. But what I was told yesterday was, yeah, you only got one. No, I have two. And I'm going to publicly announce that I have two. And if anybody wants to dispute that I have only one daughter and not two, then they should. I'm here every day from 8:30 to 9. You are more than welcome to come on the show. You can be a guest. You can chime in, type in, come on in. It's a public platform. I'm on YouTube. You are more than welcome to address why I don't. You are more than welcome to address why I don't. And I would like someone to show me why I don't. You are more than, as the person said, receipts, bring them. Please do. And I am willing and sitting here and waiting. And if there's a story to be told, you are more than welcome. You are more than welcome to come and speak on whatever it is you need to speak on. You know, we are here every day, 30 minutes of the day, engaging in conversation to give inspiration, hope, and encouragement. And so my hope today is that I do. I have two daughters. One's in college at Howard University. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. She's actually a senior. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I have another daughter who does hair and actually back in school to further some more education for herself. So I have two. So if it, like I said, it was brought to me yesterday, but beknownst to me, there's two sides to every story, and you are more than welcome here at Coffee and Conversations with Carol for the whole world to see whatever story it is you want to put out there. Because I may be the villain in a lot of people's stories, and it's okay. It's all right. God loves us all, right? And we so glad that he is the Alpha and Omega, and he's the judge, right? Beginning and the end. And so that's where I'll leave that at today. And if anybody at all wants to inbox me, they can text me too. My number has not changed. I think it's been the same since 2010 or 11. Yeah, my number ain't changed. You may call me. Some know my address. You may even come see me. Write me a letter. You know, it's all with love. God loves us all. And I want you all to know that God loves you too. I want you to know that whenever, however, doors are always open. They ain't never closed. Never close. Never close. Numbers ain't changed, never gonna close. But life will not stop. I want you to know that life will not stop. And life will go on, because you can't, you one thing I've always told my children is that you cannot lay in a little hole and cover up and everybody's going to come and just say, oh, poor you. That's just not the way life works. We energies want their money. The rent, mortgage needs to be paid, car notes, the whole nine. Okay. So I'm going to leave that there for today. And I didn't even really have a title for today or a thought today. That's just what was told to me. So I want people to know that, love on your people. I don't care whether it's a mama, daddy, uncle, brother, sister. You need to learn how to love your family. And here's another note I want to leave too. Jesus' family was dysfunctional too. Okay, so we all got some type of dysfunction going on. All right, none of us is perfect. No, not one. And we all say and do things we probably don't mean, or in the heat of the moment. And it's okay. You say sorry, grow from it, learn from it, and keep it moving. It's not gonna hurt you at all. I want people to understand that. Good morning, Jocelyn. Hey, Tay, what's up, nephew? So I want people to understand that. Okay. And one thing I do want to say is that if you feel like your parent has, my my dear friend, what you have done is more than enough. You do not need to entertain anyone. You've done it like they seen it. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Sister Pooh. I want to say this though. If you have a parent that you have aught against, you feel like you need to talk to, whatever, I suggest you do that. I suggest you do that. Um, my father's no longer here with me. And I remember a time where me and my father did not see eye to eye. And I remember a time where we weren't speaking. And I'm so glad that we made that right, over just petty stuff. It was me saying I'm grown and I'm gonna show myself and things of that nature. But it was not, it had I not did that, it wouldn't have been worth him leaving this earth and me not having a relationship with him. Period, point blank. and I'm not going to waste time. So that's why I want to spend all the time with all my loved ones, all my friends, love on them, encourage them, be with them, because we are on borrowed time. You know, not the day nor the hour. And so with that being said, I'm going to always make sure that I am in somewhat communicative. You don't have to birth a child for a child to be yours. That's right, Aunt Maddie. And so you have to know, you have to know, you have to know that what real love is and genuine love is. And sometimes people don't know, and sometimes people don't want to know. And that's fine too. And wherever you are and whatever stance you take, that's you. You have to deal with that. But I know that the God that I serve is not like that. So that's I'm gonna leave that there. And today's affirmation is: when making plans, think big, but when making progress, think small. You know, you can make a big plan, but the progress to get to that is kind of small. You got to take small steps, okay? So when you making plans, think big, think big. But when you making progress, think small, because it slow and steady wins the race. Um, I want to tell everybody to live, love, never ever stop laughing, and always find room to forgive, because none of us is perfect, okay? And remember, one love. God's love is the greatest love, right? And you see my shirt today? Jesus, get you some coffee. I got me a therapist. Get you one if you need it. And then repeat it all over again. And you'll be such a better person, because I love to love. Don't you love to love? I just love it, love it, love it. Everybody need a little love. Thank you guys for joining me on today. Remember, next week we're going to jump into some things about distractions. You know, we be distractions, a lot going on, and folks want you to be distracted, okay? And again and again and again, I love you. Thank you for your support. And if you guys need anything, always let me know. Free promos here. Thank you for joining me. You guys have a happy Friday. I'll see you guys next week. Pooh, thank you.